Hey there, this is Russ from Tactical Mortgage Solutions, and this is just a quick tutorial on how to create and prepare to create a 3-year fixed to a 5-year variable rate mortgage. So log into your platform, and if you've already created an account for this client, you can always search in contacts. If not, and this is a new client, then we want to create a strategy session, and that forms an account. So if we do that, let's just say Trevor Linden. We'll add the client and we'll add his email address. Now, if you add a phone number and you send them an invite from inside the platform, it'll text them as well. I normally will just put the email address because this is really meant, this program's meant basically for more client facing on a desktop versus an iPhone or on a smartphone. So once I've done that, I save that, and I've now created an account, a personal account for Trevor Linden. So now I can work on all of these strategy sessions with him and go back and create it really forms a system of record. In this case here, Trevor is going to be buying a property. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, and you can present this as Trevor's purchase planning or whatever, but for the case of what we're doing here, 3-year fixed versus 5-year VRM. Now I can put the province in there and whether he's a first-time buyer or a repeat buyer. In this case here, I'm just going to use first-time buyer. Now you can fill all of these details out if you'd like and present to Trevor. However, in this case here, to keep it brief, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and let's just say we're competing against RBC. I'm going to choose the 3-year fixed. And if we filled in the information above, we can always hit auto-populate. It'll fill in here. However, if we haven't, then what we'll do is we'll add the information quickly. And let's just say 4.79 is what they're being offered for a 3-year fixed. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add, and let's just say this is an uninsurable file. And I'm just going to use Scotiabank for an example. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put 500 in there, and I am going to go prime less, let's just say 0.75 in that range. So what I've done here is I've now created a side-by-side comparison, but you can see here that it says 65,000. So you've got to be careful is that in here, the term length, and the term length is 5 because the variables are most often 5, is you just do a quick change here and go 3 years. So what's this telling us now is that over the next 3 years is if we had 479 and compared to 5.7 is the cost would be about $13,249 more. The payments would be $9,400 more and the outstanding balance would be $3,800 more. So, but then in here, what you can do is you can create a forecast. Now in here, what you can do is if you haven't yet, you can create your own forecast. You can call it your own forecast. So forecast 2. And then what I'm going to do is I'll add my rate adjustments in there and then save it. Now, for the sake of time, what I've done here is I have this done already. And in here, what I've done is I've predicted or forecasted these prime rate drops. Once I hit apply and save, now what happens is it will let you know with the prime rate drops what happens over time. You can also show the client as well is as the prime rate drops, your payments drop. Now be careful that if you end up getting into a comparison with a variable at RBC, then what you can do is you could go in here and begin looking at RBC, the variable, and then show them that in this case here, maybe the rate is going to be negative 0.65. And you can show them here is that, make sure you change this. And what you can do here is show them that, of course, this is going to be higher because we haven't factored in the prime rate decreases, but once we do, it'll factor that in. And you'll be able to show them here is that as the prime rate drops, payments won't change, but the amortization will change. Now, in most cases in today's market or in some markets, this is good or it could not be, but in most cases, people want their payments to drop now. So this is a quick tutorial on comparing a 3-year fixed to a 5-year variable. And if you wanted to, you could always go like this and 459. It's still higher, or it's still beating, the variable is still beating it. Over here, you can see the payments are higher because remember, the payments don't change, but you forego lower payments by paying it off more. So you can talk to people about that. And we know that we have VRMs in our space. So I hope that helps. And I hope this works for you. Keep me posted. If you have any questions, please let me know. Bye for now.